This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated. I hope you are all doing well and are enjoying your week so far. We're heading into July now, Thursday the 2nd of July 2026. It's actually Classic Week this week in Germany. The first 3-year-old classic that is a Group 1 for 3-year-olds in Germany. The German Derby takes place this coming weekend. So what better time is that than to take a look at a horse that is trained and based in Germany. A Classic Watch 26 possible. But before we get into the Classic Watch stuff, I'd just like, as always, to touch on in these videos my Patreon channel. Newman Racing, the Patreon is called, and I think it might be for you, everybody. I think it's well worth you going to check it out. Especially if you're a fan of National Hunt Racing. It is where 99% of the National Hunt Racing coverage that I do can be found now. And it is also the place where the yearly reviews take place. At the end of every season, horses have to go off the list of horses I follow in order to make way for new horses. I do them on around December the 31st. I do one on August the 1st as well for all the Southern Hemisphere racing ahead of the Australia, New Zealand and South Africa season as well. And I also do one around September, October time ahead of the start of the National Hunt season. So those videos are always well worth taking a look at. There's also plenty of resources that I've uploaded over the years onto my own personal Patreon channel over at Newman Racing. So they might be beneficial for you as well. There's also opportunities to support me moving forward. If you like to support your content creators moving forward, then there is an opportunity to do exactly that on my Patreon channel. But there is plenty of free content as well. I do think that if that is something that doesn't interest you and you are just looking to use the Patreon for free, then I do think there is plenty of interesting stuff on there that could maintain your interest. So I will suggest that everybody heads over to my own Patreon, Newman Racing, and check it out. You never know, it might just be for you. Right, let's head on to the Classic Watch stuff now. ClassicWatch26.great/site.net is where everybody will be able to find this year's edition of Classic Watch. The site coming together quite well now. 10 theatres in the site so far. You see that the site is looking very good now. Plenty of 2-year-old pattern winners have made their way on the site up to this point, and the list of 3-year-olds are gaining quite well as well. There's been some interesting races recently, and there's still plenty more classics to come. We had a Diamond Necklace take out the French Oaks for the site in one of the recent classics that happened. Plenty of action. Also, obviously, the 3-year-old and above category will obviously gain more horses as the updates take place, as the season progresses. At the moment, there's just the one South African listed winner who has won a race containing all age horses. But I am hoping to find plenty more than that as the season progresses. It is fair to say some very good horses have ran recently, and it's going to be an interesting season among the rest of the season. It is fair to say. ClassicWatch26.great/site.net is where people will be able to find all the horses. Maybe if it runs, including this horse here. Chiefland is the name of the horse. Sired by Study of Man out of a dam called Casuarina, who herself is sired by See the Moon. People can see that the form of the horse is quite good. The horse has had three races in its career and has never finished out of the first two, including a win first time out and a win in a listed Derby trial on the 31st of May 2026 at Dusseldorf. Quite an interesting site, this turf time. It's had a bit of a refit since I last looked at it. So a lot of the stuff has moved from the information that we do like. There is some more there. People will see that the horse is owned by Liberty Racing 2024 Gold and was bred by Stephen Lanigan O'Keefe out in Ireland. And the horse is trained by Henk Grue out in Germany. Very interesting horse, I do think. Already a listed winner. I know people like to look at these things on the Racing Post, so we can do that now. Chiefland has its own page on the Racing Post. They've missed 2 of his non-pattern runs out in Germany. Interesting, that is 1.25 length victory in a German listed race at Dusseldorf was only rated a Racing Post rating of 84, which is about what the Racing Post think it would take to win a slightly above average maiden. So it's fair to say that Chiefland, according to the Racing Post, has plenty to find on official figures, but the horse has ran 3 times in its career, and not the once that the Racing Post is telling us. The debut of the horse was made actually at Baden-Baden. You can take a look back at Turf Times and you can see that the horse made its debut on the 30th of the 8th, 2025 at Baden-Baden. And then it was second in a race at Dusseldorf as well on its second start on the 12th of April, 2026, the first time the horse took the track as a 3-year-old. But the horse is entered, you'll see there, in the Derby, the 157th German Derby, which is due to take place this weekend, the 5th of July, 2026, a Group 1 race over 1.5 miles. So a very interesting horse, I do think, as I said. By a stallion I am looking to get on side at some point. Study of man. If people take a look at the horse on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, they will see that unlike the Racing Post, this site is actually up to date. Chiefland, 3 starts, 2 wins and a second, and the horse has currently earned €26,000 in his career in Germany so far. People can also see the dam line of the horse, which is 5E. That is the dam line we will be interested in looking at today. What we're going to do today is we're going to go back to the first 5 dams of the horse, and then we're going to take a little look at what any decent horses that we can find along the way. Then we're going to take a look at the horse through the Wayback Machine again, sadly, on the historical site that we use, bloodlines.net, to see if we can garner any more clues there. And then we're going to watch the horse Chiefland win 2 races. We're going to watch the horse win first time out on debut at Baden-Baden. And then we're going to watch the horse win the listed Derby trial held at Dusseldorf in May 2026. And then I think we're going to get on with our lives. Oh yeah, there's also going to be a bit of extra resources in this video, courtesy of a card, which I think will add quality to this video. But more of that when we get to it, I think. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? And take a look at the dam of the horse. Casuarina, a mare born in 2018, sired by See the Moon, out of a dam called Caribana, a British bred mare who was born in 2005 and sired by Hernando. People can see that Casuarina raced once in her career and was placed 3rd, only earning £770 UK in what was a very light racing career, owned and bred by Miss Kirsten Rousing and trained by Rafe Beckett in her career. People know that she is a black type producer, courtesy of the horse that we are looking at here, Chiefland. I did find a couple of relatives in between the first and the second dam. Durston is the first one, a gelding, born in 2016, sired by See the Moon, out of a dam called Caribana, who was born in 2005 and sired by Hernando. So this horse, so our dam, Casuarina, really is a full brother, a full sister to this horse here, Durston, who was born 2 years earlier. Durston raced 16 times in his career, 6 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. 10 out of 16 starts in the first 3. For career earnings of 77,888 Great British pounds and 3,346,900 Australian dollars. Very good horse out in Australia, Group 1 winner. But before that, the horse was third in the Group 3 Geoffrey Freer Stakes of 2019 when trained in England. At 6, the horse won the Group 1 Caulfield Cup out in Australia. The horse also won the Group 3 Newcastle Gold Cup of 2022. And the horse also won the listed Wyong Gold Cup. So a very good career there in Australia in 2022. Listed Group 3 and Group 1 winner. Straight through the grades, trained in the UK by David Simcock and in Australia by Chris Waller. The horse was sadly euthanised after a paddock accident on January the 9th, 2026 at Living Legends. Group 1, Group 3 and listed winner in Australia. Group 3 placed horse in the UK. Horse owned by Mrs. Julia Annabel on Highclere Thoroughbred Racing, Durston, out in Australia. And another horse bred by Miss Kirsten Rousing. Interesting horse, Group 1 winner. Cubanita, a mare born in the year 2009, sired by Selkirk, out of a dam called Caribana. So again, this would be a half-sister to the dam of our horse. Cubanita raced 16 times in her career, 4 wins, 4 seconds and 3 thirds. 11 out of 16 starts in the first 3. For career earnings of £154,213 UK pounds. The horse actually raced in her 4 places, Great Britain, Italy, Ireland and Germany, according to the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. And the horse raced quite well. At 3, the horse won the listed Gillis Phyllis Stakes of 2012 at Doncaster. At 4, the horse won the Group 3 St Simon Stakes, a race held at Newbury. And at 5, the horse won the Group 3 John Porter Stakes, another race held at Newbury. Dual Group 3 and listed winner. The horse was also placed second in the Group 1 Grosser Price from Bayern of 2014 and was also placed in the Newbury Art Trial the same year. Placed at 4 in the Stella Artois Stand Cup and the Noblesse Stakes, a Group 3 race held at Cork in Ireland. So this horse, a Group 1 placed dual Group 3 and listed winner. Another horse owned and bred by Miss Kirsten Rousing. Horse did quite well, I thought, in its career. We can now take a look at the second dam of our horse, Caribana. A mare born in 2005, sired by Hernando, out of a dam called Carinage, who was born in the year 2000 and sired by Alzao. Caribana raced 4 times in her career, 1 win and a third, 2 out of 4 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £3,182 UK pounds in her career. Caribana, another black type producer, trained in her career by Michael Jarvis and owned and bred by Miss Kirsten Rousing as well. Not much I could find really in between the next couple of dams, sadly. So we're going to skip to the third dam of the horse now. There's only 5 years between them. Carinage, the third dam of the horse, a mare born in the year 2000, sired by Alzao out of a dam called Key Change, an Irish bred mare who was born in 1993 and sired by Darshan. Carinage raced 7 times in her racing career, 1 win and 2 thirds, 3 out of 7 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £7,716 UK pounds in her career. Carinage was bred by Newbury Stud Company in her career. As you can see, there is no black type form or black type production in between the third and the second dam. Well, I couldn't find any. sadly. So that's not to say there wasn't any, just to say that I couldn't find any. In between the third and the fourth dams, I found some interesting horses. Pitoni, a gelding born in the year 2006, sired by Pentra Celebra out of Key Change. So this gelding here will be a half-brother to the third dam of our horse, Carinage. Pitoni raced quite well, 16 times in his racing career, 8 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3. 12 out of 18 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of £122,749 UK pounds in his career. This horse actually a Grade 1 winning juvenile hurdler. The horse bred by the Newbury Stud Company and owned by Patrick Wilmot. The horse actually won the 2010 Grade 1 Spring Juvenile Hurdle out in Ireland. And the horse also won the Grade 3 Visit Punchestown.com Juvenile Hurdle in the same year, 2010. 2011, the horse was placed in the Group 1 Morgiana Hurdle, and the horse was also placed in the Johnstown Novice Hurdle, a Grade 2 race held in Ireland the same year. So this was a horse that was placed in a Grade 1 Open Hurdle while winning a Grade 1 Juvenile Hurdle in 2010. Interesting horse, Pitoni. And not the first National Hunt horse we're going to take a look at in this video. Next horse we're going to take a look at is Tibertina. Tibertina was another horse I found, a mare born in 2014, sired by Holy Roman Emperor out of a dam called Interchange, who was born in 2005 and sired by Montjeur. People will see that Key Change, the fourth dam of our horse, is in fact the second dam of this horse, Tibertina. Tibertina raced 11 times in her career, 1 win and 1 second, 2 out of 11 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £10,504 UK pounds, €6,500 and $3,673 US in her career. Although the horse only won once, she was actually second in the Prix des Medienhauses du Mont Rhineland, a listed race held in Germany at 2 in 2016. The race held at Cologne. So she was a listed placed 2-year-old, this horse, raced in the UK, Germany and the USA. 6 furlong winner at 2. The horse bred by the Catherine Stud and owned by Friar Ings Stud. We can now take a look at the fourth dam of our horse. Chiefland, Key Change. Key Change, a mare born in 1993, sired by Darshan, out of a dam who was born in 1983 called Kashka, who was sired by the Minstrel. Key Change raced 9 times in her career, 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third, 7 out of 9 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £170,693 UK pounds in her career. Interesting horse, Key Change. She actually won the Yorkshire Oaks of 1996, a Group 1 winner. She also won the listed Ballysack Stakes out in Ireland and was placed in 2 classics. She was placed second in the Group 1 Irish St Leger of 1996, and she was also placed third in the Irish Oaks the same year, as finishing second in the Group 2 Ribblesdale Stakes as well. Very good horse, Group 1 and listed winner. Raced in Ireland, England and France. She was a heavyweight at 3 in Ireland in 1996. The horse bred by the Aga Khan Stud SC and owned by Lady Clague in her racing career. Yorkshire Oaks winning 4th dam. Key Change, dual classic placed. She would be by far and away the best dam that we've seen on the track so far. The first 3 dams that we've looked at, Casuarina never won, Caribana won, and Carinage won as well. But there was not much really in the pattern racing in either of the first 3 dams. The Group 1 winner, Key Change, born in 1993, gives the horse that weight that I know some people like, good racing performances on the track. I don't mind them myself, to be honest, but you can never get, these things are never perfect. But the 4th dam of our horse was very good indeed, placed in 2 classics. Did find some interesting relatives between the 4th and the 5th dam as well. Discreet Brief, a mare born in the year 2000, sired by Darshan again, out of Quiet Council, a mare who was born in 1992 and sired by Law Society. People can see that Kashka is also the 2nd dam of this horse as well. Discreet Brief raced 10 times in her career, 2 wins, 5 seconds and 2 thirds. A solid, consistent horse, 9 out of 10 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £68,332 UK pounds in her career. Discreet Brief had another very good 3-year-old as well. Career. The horse bred by Regulus and Hammersfield Bloodstock Companies and owned by Mrs. Sonia Rogers. The horse won the Group 3 Park Hill Stakes of 2003, a race held at Doncaster. I think that race is now a Group 2 race. The horse was also 2nd in an Italian Group 3 race, the Premio Mario in Caesar, and was placed in 3 listed races. The German Oaks Trial, the Slenderella Rennen, a race held at Mulheim, and 2 UK races. She was placed in the listed Gladness Stakes race at Goodwood, I'm not sure that's right, and also placed in the listed Bahrain Trophy, a race held at Newmarket. But we do know the horse was at the time a Group 3 winner at Doncaster. I do think that race now, the Park Hill Stakes, is a Group 2 race. As far as I know, that Gladness Stakes at Goodwood might have been renamed. Might be the Thoroughbred Stakes, I suppose, looking at it. But the horse was a co-heavyweight filly at 3 in Great Britain. The distances of 14 furlongs and upwards. The horse raced in Germany, Great Britain and Italy. Very good horse, it's fair to say, on the track. Placed in a classic trial and a Group 3 winner. Black type producer as well. She's done pretty well in the shed, this mare, Discreet Brief. So it's rude not to look at them. Secret Brief, a horse born in 2012, subsequently gelded after these people gave up looking at the horse. Secret Brief sired by Shamadal out of a dam called Discreet Brief. So this horse would be a half-brother to the 4th dam of our horse. So it's the 2nd dam, sorry, yeah. So yeah, that's right, yeah, definitely the 2nd dam of the horse would be a full half-brother to our horse. Secret Brief raced 10 times in his career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. 7 out of his first 10 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £369,231 UK pounds. Quite a lot of money this horse has won. I couldn't really find any record of it winning in any decent pattern races. Must have been running in handicaps, valuable handicaps. The horse bred by Early Stud and owned by Godolphin. The horse was placed in 2 UK listed races, placed in the Heaven Stakes at Sandown and the Surrey Stakes at Epsom in 2015. Another horse we can take a look at is Dogger Bank, a mare born in the year 2006, sired by Oasis Dream, out of a dam called Discreet Brief. Again, Discreet Brief doing a very good job here. Dogger Bank raced 6 times in her career, never out the first 2 in her first 6 starts. 2 wins and 4 places, earning €16,936 for her trouble. Interesting horse, Dogger Bank. She was actually 2nd in the Queffelder Stuten Prize, a German listed race of 2010. And she was also placed in an Italian listed race, the Premio Paolo Mezzanotte. So German and Italian listed race. Couldn't find any record of her folding anything. The horse owned in her career by Gerhard Schoenig. Interesting horse though, dual listed placed horse, Dogger Bank. Next one we can find is Steeler. Steeler was born in the year 2010, sired by Ravens Pass, out of a dam called Discreet Brief again. So rather like the last horse we looked at, this horse is still on the Discreet Brief section. Did well. Steeler in his first 10 starts managed to win 3, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. 7 out of his first 10 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £145,596 UK pounds in his career. Very interesting horse, Steeler. The gelded subsequently managed to win the Group 2 Royal Lodge Stakes of 2012. The horse also won the listed Peter Willett Stakes. Don't know what race that is now. Second in the Group 3 Acon Stakes and was placed third in the Group 1 Racing Post Trophy in 2012. Very good 2-year-old in the UK. Group 1 placed Group 2 and listed winner. The horse bred by Early Stud and owned by Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum. Couldn't find any record of it going stud. In fact, the opposite was true. I, in fact, found it gelded. People see that Kashka is the third dam of this horse, Steeler. So, yeah, discreet brief. Had a pretty interesting breeding career. We can now take a look at the fifth dam of our horse, I think. Yes, Chiefland, fifth dam, Kashka. A mare born in 1983, sired by the Minstrel, out of a dam called Kalkeen, who was born in 1974 and sired by Shishu. Kashka raced 3 times in her career, managed to win 1 race and earned €4,177 for doing so. Kashka, another one bred the horse owned by the Aga Khan in the end and bred by G. Drion and Herkima Limited. The horse was a 2,400 metre winner at 3, sent to Ireland, and is a black type producer. From the horses we have already looked at. Interesting horse, Kashka. Sadly, though, another one of our first 5 dams that never managed any black type. So just the 4th dam, the only black type winner on our line directly. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at the horse on the historical dam site. Sadly, bloodlines.net still unable to open through its own domain. So people have to go through the Wayback Machine at archive.org in able to get the information that they want. Hopefully, the site will come back soon, bloodlines.net, but it has been suffering from a Cloudflare error for a very, very long time, it's fair to say, sadly. But people can still access the site through the Wayback Machine, and when they do, they will see that dam line 5E, if they go back to the 6th dam, the 7th dam of our horse called Goya, who is the dam of Kalkeen. The 7th dam of our horse, Goya, is actually directly on this section, on this site. So you can say, really, that is our section. I missed a couple there. I might pause the video in a minute and get up Lashkari and Silver Shark, see what they did. But you can see that we have got a few classic winners on this section. People will see that Kalkeen is there. You've got Kayazi. We're going to take a look at those 3 UK classic winners. A horse there called Without Fear, a gelding, actually won the Norwegian Triple Crown and the Swedish Derby in the year 2011. But we don't really use those races at this stage to state the cases for our horses. But what I can do is we'll have a look at some historical horses and see what they did. But first, let me just pause the video quickly, and we will have a look, see if we can have a look at Lashkari and Silver Shark in this video as well. You never know, they might have sired some good horses and had good form. So I will be back shortly. Thank you very much for watching so far. Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, a couple of interesting horses there that I would have missed out on the video. Don't forget this site, the historic site at bloodlines.net, is available to look at through the Wayback Machine at archive.org. Seeing as though this is the horse that we need for a lot of these horses, we might as well take a look at the 6th dam of our horse now, Kalkeen, a mare born in 1974, sired by Shishun, out of a 1959 sired mare called Joya, who herself was sired by Crapello. Kalkeen raced 8 times in her career, 4 wins and 2 seconds, 6 out of 8 starts in the first 2. Doesn't tell us, sadly, how much she earned, but we can tell that she is a listed winner. She won the listed Prix de la Seine of 1977. The horse owned and bred by the Aga Khan. The horse was also second in 2 Group 3 races out in France. The Prix de Royaumont, which I think might be a higher grade than that now, and the Group 3 Prix Cleopatra, which almost certainly is a Group 2 race. At the time, this horse was a dual Group 3 placed listed winner out in France. So another decent Race mare on the track, it's fair to say, on our horse, Chiefland, the fourth dam and the sixth dam of Chiefland have both won pattern races. We can now take a look at some of the historical horses that we did find. We'll go back to the beginning. Silver Shark, a horse born in the year 1963, sired by Buisson Ardent, out of a dam called Palsaka, who was born in 1954 and sired by Palestine. You'll see there that Masaka, born in 1945, is the dam of this horse. You'll see there that Masaka is a fair way back in the pedigree, of our horse. She is a long way back, actually. That's the sixth dam, ninth dam of our horse. Masaka is actually the second dam of this horse, Silver Shark. Silver Shark raced 14 times in his career, 10 wins and 3 seconds. 13 out of 14 starts in the first two, for career earnings of $242,638 US in his career. Good horse, Silver Shark. You'll see there that he won some pretty interesting races in 1965 and 1966. A horse owned and bred by the Aga Khan. 1965, the horse won the Prix de Petit Cuvée. The horse also won the Prix de l'Abbé as well as the Prix La Rochette. In 1966, the horse won the Prix Daphne. The horse won the Prix d'Ispahan. That's now a Group 1 race. The Prix Eugène Dam. That's now a Group 2 race. The Prix Moulin. That's a Group 1 race over a mile. And the Prix Jean Prat. Very interesting 2-year-old and 3-year-old, this horse. Prix Jean Prat, also a Group 1 race now, over a different distance than what it was then. This horse was the champion miler of 1966 in France. Sent to the USA in 1966, returned to Ireland the same year. Retired to stud in England in 1967, sent to Japan in 1972, where the horse stood at Meiwa Bukoju. The horse was in fact the 5th leading sire in Japan in 1979 and the 3rd leading broodmare sire in France in 1989. All round a fair stallion, this horse, it's fair to say. And the JBIS actually confirms that. The horse did in fact sire a classic winner. The horse is the sire of the 1973 Irish 2000 Guineas winner, a horse called Sharp Edge. A couple of decent races there, side the non-pattern races out in Japan. Horse did sire there a pair of Group 3 winners in France as well. The Prix Edmond Blanc and the Prix Perth, Afayun and Silver Zara. Also sired the Group 3 Sankei Show All-Comers winner out in Japan, Osaka Silver. So this horse was a very good stallion, it's fair to say, in his day. Also sired the second in the Meguro Kinen of 1985, Avanti. Some very interesting races there. Horse did sire a classic winner in the early 70s. Interesting stallion, Silver Shark, it's fair to say. Lashkari was the other one we found, wasn't it, on the Wayback Machine. Lashkari, a horse born in 1981, sired by Millreath, out of a dam called Laranda, who was born in 1971 and sired by Right Royal. People will see that Bara Bibi, who was born in 1951, and she is the dam of Goya, who was born in 1959. So we found a little bit here all the way back to the 10th dam of our horse, it's fair to say. Lashkari raced 13 times in his career, 5 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. 9 out of 13 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of $1,127,658 American dollars in his career. Good horse, Lashkari, managed to win the Group 2 Prix Conseil de Paris and also won the Group 1 Breeders' Cup Turf. Upset winner of the first running of the Breeders' Cup Turf, beating All Along. There's another French horse. So this horse is Group 1 and Group 2 winner in his career. The horse also placed in the Group 2 Grand Prix de Deauville and the Group 3 Prix de Lys and the Prix de Hedeville in France. 4th in another Breeders' Cup Turf as well. The horse went to stud at Haras de Bonneval in France, where he sadly died in 1996. another horse owned and bred by the Aga Khan. Again, an interesting stallion, Lashkari. If people look at jbis.jp, a site that is rapidly becoming my go-to site for dead stallions, it's fair to say. Lashkari, you'll see there another one, sired a classic winner, the Gran Premio del Jockey Club, I think. No, that's the Italian race, isn't it? The Italian Derby, Grand Premio. It's the Prix de Jockey Club, isn't it? The French race. But this did sire a Group 1 winner, Delistan, a horse born in 1987. Also, a few French listed winners sired as well around the 90s. Group 3 place runners up there with the Prix Berthaud and the Prix de Barberville. This horse was quite another interesting stallion, yeah. Sired the third home in the Italian St. Leger as well of 1991, Luzif. So I'm going to say that is the Italian Derby, the Gran Premio del Jockey Club. I think it might be. So this horse might also have sired a classic winner in Delistan. Although I can't see why, if it was, it wouldn't be on that site. So I don't know really what race that is at this stage, sadly. But yeah, Lashkari, very good stallion, it's fair to say. Sired a Group 1 winner and some French listed race winners there as well. No back number, it's fair to say. Kayazi, a horse born in 1985, sired by Il de Bourbon out of Cadisia. A mare born in 1979 and sired by Blushing Groom out of Colkeen. The 6th dam of our horse is the 2nd dam of Kayazi. Kayazi raced 7 times in his career, 5 wins and a 2nd. 6 out of 7 starts in the first 2. For career earnings of $1,207,908 US in his career. Kayazi, very good horse. Dual Derby winner of 1988, the UK and Irish Derby. The horse also won the Group 3 Derby Trial Stakes as well. Champion 3-year-old colt in Ireland in 1988. The horse entered stud in 1989. Suddenly euthanised due to tumours on June the 12th, 2008. Another one owned and bred by the Aga Khan. Through this horse here, Royal Patronage, a horse at stud, we can see Kayazi's stallion record here. People will see that Kayazi on this horse is the dam sire of the 2nd dam of this stallion, Royal Patronage. So through that, we can see that Kayazi foaled 745 horses, 602 of them ran, 401 of them won a race, and Kayazi sired 35 individual stakes winners. Not to be sniffed at, 35 individual stakes winners. In those days, obviously, there's a lot more stakes races now than what there used to be. But this was a pretty good stallion, 35. Although in comparison, you'll see others like Darshan, sired 88, Zaphonic, 53, Ifraj, 105, Dalakani, 55. So you have to say Kayazi will have to go down as a fair stallion, really. Sire of 35 stakes winners, though, not to be sniffed at, it's fair to say. Milan, the next horse we're going to take a look at, a horse born in 1998, sired by Sadler's Wells, out of a dam called Kithanga, who was born in 1990 and sired by Darshan. People will see that Colkeen is the 3rd dam of this horse, Milan. Milan raced 10 times in his career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and a 3rd. 6 out of 10 starts in the first 3. For career earnings of £674,354 UK pounds in his career. Good horse, Milan, it's fair to say. Bred by Fittock Stud Limited and owned by Michael Tabor and Mr. John Maggia. The horse was a classic winner the UK St. Leger in the year 2001. The horse also won the Group 2 Great Voltage Stakes at York. Horse 2nd in the Breeders' Cup Turf and the Ballysaxa listed race. Also 3rd in the Group 1 Prix Lupin the same year, at 2001. So this horse is a classic winner, placed in another classic, a Group 1 classic winner and a Group 2 winner, placed at the Breeders' Cup and in a Group 1 race in France as well, the Prix Lupin. Horse race in Ireland, France, USA and Great Britain. Entered stud in 2004 at Grange Stud in Ireland, where the horse suddenly died on the 21st of December 2022. This horse was a national hunt stallion, it's fair to say. Pretty good stallion. And there is a video about, actually, of a horse which looks at this line in a lot more detail. Take a look at him on the Racing Post, really, because Arian don't really do much with national hunt racing. You can see that this horse sired 3 horses rated over 170 in his career. Santini, Jeski and Mona Lee. That is decent horses. And there's a few more over 160 as well that have been sired by the horse along the way. So this horse is a very, very good sire of national hunt horses. If people use 150 as a benchmark, you will see that the horse has sired plenty of horses over that distance. He was a leading national hunt sire according to the Racing Post when the sire went round as a stallion. But yeah, pretty good horse, classic winner, and a sire of some very good national hunt horses. But this line is looked at a lot closer in this video here, Chasing Fire. And it's actually one of my national hunt videos. Just goes to show that people never know what videos are going to pop up in any of my races. Chasing Fire won his first 2 starts as a national hunt flat horse. Didn't really go on to the doings that I would have liked him to do in the National Hunt Fair. But people will see that the dam of Milan, Kithanga, is actually the second dam of Chasing Fire, which makes Kalkeen the 4th dam of the horse, Chasing Fire. And there's a 20 or 30 minute video already on the YouTube channel where back in the day of national hunt horses, on the YouTube channel. So it's enhanced this video. And what I can do with this video is I can put a card to the Chasing Fire video in this video to enable people to take a further look at the pedigree of Milan, because there's plenty of decent pattern class flat horses contained in this video, and I don't like to repeat myself saying the same sort of thing over and over again if I can avoid it. So I will embed the Chasing Fire video into this video as a card, and I'll do that now. And that will enable us to move on a little quicker in the video than what we would have been able to. Got a couple more horses to show you as well. Castoria, a mare born in the year 2001, sired by Selkirk out of a dam called Kasana, who was born in 1994 and sired by Shergar's brother. People will see there that Kalkeen is the 4th dam of this horse, Castoria. Very interesting horse, Castoria. Raced 13 times in her career, 6 wins and 5 seconds. 11 out of 13 starts in the first 2. For career earnings of £514,562 UK pounds in her career. Pretty good horse, Castoria. At 4, she won the listed Galtra Stakes in Great Britain. She was second. There we have the Group 2 Park Hill Stakes taken out by a horse on this line that we looked at. Here's a Group 2 race now. Also second in the Group 2 Pre-WAU and the listed Give Thanks Phyllis Stakes in 2005. But it was at 5 the horse really improved, taking out the Irish St Ledger. This horse a classic winner in 2006. Obviously, the Irish St Ledger available for older horses. The horse also won the Group 3 Coa Cup that year and the listed Ballyroan Stakes, as well as the listed Vintage Crop Stakes. And the horse was also placed second in the listed and the Group 1 Hong Kong Vars the same year in 2006. So this horse has won some races, Group 1, Group 3 and a triple listed winner. Also placed in the Hong Kong Vars, another classic winner on this line, owned and bred by the Aga Khan. She was the 2005 and the 2006 heavyweight older mare in Ireland, between 11 and 14 furlongs and 14 furlongs plus. She raced in Ireland, England, France, Canada and Hong Kong. Very good mare on the track, Castoria. Unfortunately, though, I couldn't really find anything out of her, which is disappointing when you get a line like this. Doesn't mean there wasn't anything, just mean I might have missed it. It might have been made a Group 2 winner or something born this century. It would have had to be a Group 2 winner for me to have missed it, or Group 1 placed or something. Yeah, Castoria, very good horse. Carpino is an interesting horse, a horse born in 2012, sired by Cape Cross out of a dam called Kahana, who was born in 2004 and sired by Sadler's Wells. People will see, this is the Milan line again. Kifanga is the second dam of this horse, and Kalkeen, the fourth dam. Carpino only raced 4 times in his career, 3 wins and a third. 3 out of 4 starts in the first 3. All of his 4 starts, in the first 3. For career earnings of €136,700 in his race career. It's also actually a classic winner. Winner of the Group 2 German 2000 Guineas in 2015. Sadly, not a Group 1 race, or a race that Classic Watch doesn't get involved in. The horse did also win the Group 3 Dr. Bush Memorial as well, a race held over 1,700 metres. The horse bred by Stifton Guest at Farhalf, owned by Stifton Guest at Farhalf, and then Pearl Bloodstock and Qatar Racing Limited. The horse was bought privately by Pearl Bloodstock in April 2015. The horse did not race from May 2015 until 2017 due to injury problems. Entered stud in 2018, Glenview stud in Fermoy, County Cork, before suddenly being euthanised due to an aggressive malignant tumour on the 31st of March 2018. Very sad, but the horse, classic winner in 2015, Group 2 and Group 3 winner out in Germany. Carpino, owned by Qatar Racing in the end. Very good horse. He was. Sadly, his life was blighted by tumours. Very sad. But a good horse. It's just a shame he never had a injury-free career. When they did get him on the track, he was very good. Another couple that I found that were born this century, Group 1 winners. Rougier, a filly born in 2018, sired by Territories out of a dam called Summer Moon, who herself was foaled in 2011 and sired by Elusive City. People see that Kalkeen is the 5th dam of this horse. Very good horse, Rougier was. 21 starts in her career, 6 wins, a second and 3 thirds. 10 out of 21 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of $1,043,824 in her career. Interesting horse, Rougier at 2. She won the Group 3 Prix de Reservoir and was placed in the Group 1 Prix Marcel Boussac of 2017. At 3, the horse won the Prix de l'Opera in France, a Group 1 race, placed in the Group 2 Prix de la Nonette, and placed also in the Group 3 Prix Chloé. And at 4, the horse won the Group 1 EP Taylor Stakes, held at Woodbine, and the Group 3 Beaugay Stakes, a race held at Belmont. She was also 4th in the Group 1 Diana Stakes and the Prix Rothschild in France. So this horse was pretty good. It won Group 1 races at 3 and 4 years old. And the horse is also a dual Group 3 winner and a Group 1 winner in France and in Canada. Interesting horse, Rougier. Horse bred by Jan Krause of La Havas de la Goussier. The horse owned by them as well, and then owned by Peter M. Brandt and Michael Tabor towards the end of her career. Hopefully there'll be some nice horses bred out of Rougier at some point, because she was a decent horse. As was this one, Porta Fortuna, a filly born in the year 2021, sired by Caravaggio out of a dam called Too Precious, who was born in 2015 and sired by Holy Roman Emperor. Again, people will see that Kalkeen is the 5th dam of this horse and the 6th dam of our horse, Chiefland, after Kashgar. Another good horse, Porta Fortuna. 13 starts in her career, 8 wins, 3 seconds and a third. 12 out of 13 starts in the first 3. For career earnings of €441,301, €849,835 UK pounds, and $190,000. Globe-trotting filly, trained by Donica O'Brien in her career, bred by Whisperview Trading Limited. The horse owned by Medallion Racing 2020 and a few other breeds. I Western, Reeves Thoroughbred, and B Fowler. This horse was very good. Group 1 winner at 2 and 3. The horse at 2 won the Group 1 Chiefly Park Stakes of 2023, as well as winning the Group 3 Philly Sprint Stakes and the Group 3 Albany Stakes held at Royal Ascot. Horse was second in the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes in Ireland and the Group 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, Turf, and was also third in the Moy Glairstead Stakes. Group 1 filly at 2, it's fair to say. Horse was classic placed at 3, runner-up in the UK, 1,000 guineas. But the horse did win 3 Group 1 races at 4, the Matron Stakes at Leopardstown, the Falmouth Stakes at Newmarket, and the Coronation Stakes again at Royal Ascot, before at 4 having to settle for a Group 2 victory in the Group 2 Landway Stud Stakes of 2025. Like I said, trained by Donica O'Brien, the horse raced in Ireland, Great Britain and the USA, before sadly retiring last season. Very good horse. 4-time Group 1 winner, classic placed, and a pretty decent horse, I think, with which to end this video on Chiefland on. Very interesting pedigree, this line, 5E. It is actually the first flat horse that I've actually chanced on it in the Classic Watch process. But obviously, we've got the Chasing Fire line that we was familiar with the line. Now, what we can do now is we can close some tabs down, I think, to save on some CPU, and then we can think about watching the horse Chiefland win 2 races. We're going to watch it win first time out on debut on the 30th of the 8th, 2025. And then we're going to watch it win the listed Derby trial held at Dusseldorf on the 31st of May, 2026. I've managed to find these 2 German races in English, using my usual way. Usually when I did a German horse, I just had to log into a VPN, and it was easier to get the races through RaceBets, a site which is blocked in the UK, so people can't watch races of German horses in the UK because it's a gambling site. And they don't got a license in this country. But I only want to watch the races, so I've managed to find these 2 races in English. We're going to take a look at the debut of Chiefland at Baden-Baden back in August 2025 first. I can't remember what distance the race was at. Will we be able to tell by this? My German isn't exactly fantastic. They're 1,400 metres. So the horse made its debut over 7 furlongs at Baden-Baden in 2025. Let's have a look at that race now, shall we? And then we will see what we think.
Ready now. And away they go. It's the start for the big racing week, Baden-Baden, with his first race now on the way. And it's Shaitan with the early lead. Chiefland in second on the outside, Servin. Close up is Net Worth, and the back marker, that's Spezialist. But the leader, that is Shaitan, within second Chiefland, third on the outside Sherwin, followed by Net Worth and Spezialist at the back of the field. So they race along the back straight of the track, and it's Shaitan at the end of the far side now with the lead. Chiefland is in second, Net Worth and Sherwin close up on the outside, and also Spezialist with contact as they come now into the fourth straight in front of the stables they are, and it's Shaitan now. Into the straight they come soon. Shaitan with the lead in second position. Chiefland, Shaitan, Chiefland. Net Worth is not far away, looking for a run. Is full of running, but needs to cross over into the third lane, where he's now in the clear, and Carlos Lopez starts the attack now. Chiefland is the leader. Shaitan is in second. Chiefland, Shaitan, Net Worth. Spezialist finds a bit on the outside, is now fourth, but it's Chiefland, the favorite at 1.7 in the market, who is going clear and beats Shaitan by 2 lengths. Third is Spezialist, fourth Net Worth, and Sherwin in fifth. So no surprise here, the 3 favorites in the order of the betting, and to be precise, the whole field in the order of the betting market over the line here. 1, 5, 7, 2, 3 and 6. 1, 5, 7, 3, 6. So we start the week.
I thought that was a fairly impressive performance from our horse there, Chiefland. I thought the horse travelled very well throughout the 7 furlong contest, and when they came into the straight, I thought our horse was held together very well there by the jockey over the 7 furlong trip. And as they came into the closing stages, I thought the horse won fairly comfortably there on debut. I thought he had plenty in hand at the finish, it's fair to say. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty decent debut performance. All they can do first time out is win, isn't it? And I thought that horse did that very well indeed. Sadly, the horse was beaten on its second start. The horse could only finish second in a race at Dusseldorf over 2,100 metres. It was a Class 3 race, we can tell that by looking at it. But yeah, that has to go down probably as a disappointing run. But then up in class for its third start in its first race at pattern level, the Merkur Spielbanken Derby Trial, a race held at Dusseldorf. The horse managed, on its first pattern race start, managed to win his first pattern race. So the horse did take the step up to Pattern Company in his stride quite well on his third start back in May 2026. So again, we can take a look at that race now, and then we will see what we think.
And here's the last one. And they're off and running for the Derby Trial with Guevara with a good start. And on the wide outside comes Helvetius. Between horses we see Abdul Hamid. And also there is horse number 5, Newman. And then we have the favorites, 2, Chiefland, followed by 3, Guevara. And the Magic Melody in last place. We have this battle for the lead, which has won by Newman. Newman on the outside we have Helvetius, with on the inside Abdul Hamid, followed by the 2-horse Chiefland. Behind Chiefland we see Guevara, and in last place the Magic Melody. That's the order as they are halfway the backstretch and they're approaching the Düsseldorfer hill. And it's not a blistering pace dictated by Eduardo Pedrosa on board Newman for the Andreas Wöhler stable. On the outside Helvetius, and on the inside is Abdul Hamid in a good posse, so is Chiefland. Then we have the Magic Melody, who passes one horse, and that's Guevara, who has to do it from last place, and that will not be an easy task to follow Chiefland home and then pass him. We're going to find out soon if it's going to happen, because we are 900 meters from home. Within the lead, Newman. Newman, first over is Helvetius, and on the inside, traveling nicely, Abdul Hamid. The 2 horses, Chiefland, followed by the Magic Melody, and in last place, it's Guevara. 2 by 2, still going nicely in the lead. Horse number 5, Newman, good winner last time out with Martin Laube, now with the phenomenal ex-champion Eduardo Pedrosa. On the outside, Helvetius, an out-and-out strayer, according to trainer Waldemar Hicks, and that one is taken over now. But look at this, Chiefland is going really strong on the outside and is now take over the lead. But Guevara is also coming from the back of the field, and we have this new leader, and that's Chiefland, and that means that Helvetius had to come on the outside again. On the inside, still fighting Newman. Here comes Guevara with a good turn of foot, but probably too late to reel in this leader, Chiefland, Guevara, and the outsider Abdul Hamid goes to the Derby in third. Yeah, Chiefland got the better trip by Leon Wolf. Fantastic jockey. Beats Guevara in second and Abdul Hamid in third. 2 beats 3 and 1. That's the unofficial result here in race.
I thought that was a very impressive performance from Chiefland there in the listed Derby Trial. Good to see the horse take out its first pattern race victory in such good style. I thought the horse travelled round very well. Funny old track, Dusseldorf. Kind of reminds me of Chester. It is what it is, the track. but I thought the horse went round it quite well, it's fair to say. And as they entered the final stages and entered the straight, our horse Chiefland was travelling very well indeed, wasn't he? You know, and then jockey Leon Wolf just asked him, gave him the office in the closing stages, and the horse quickened to the front, I thought, very well indeed there, in the style of a decent horse, or in the style of a horse winning quite an average German pattern race. That remains to be seen, really, doesn't it? The strength of the race that we've just seen our horse win at Chiefland. Remember the Racing Post only rated that race 84, it's fair to say. So, according to them, the race would not be one of the strongest listed races that we have seen so far, 3-year-olds run in 2026. So the horse might have plenty to find. There's horses that have ran in the top 6 or 7 in the French Derby, running for Classic Watch in the same race. But I do think that once I saw this horse was related to other horses that I followed in other spheres and related to classic winners who I do think give it a very good chance of staying this trip of 1.5 miles in the German Derby, related to a couple of Ledger winners, isn't it, this horse, in Milan and Castoria that we looked at. You know, this horse I do think is very interesting. It's done a few things right. It's managed to win on debut, and it's managed to win a pattern race trial on its last start. So I do think it's very difficult to say that this horse does not deserve its own standalone Classic Watch 26 possible video, which is what this video is. And I do think that if the horse does line up this coming Sunday in the German Derby, a race that the horse is entered in, then I do think that there is a very good chance that people will see this horse on classicwatch26.great/site.net ahead of the German Derby, and one of only 2 German 3-year-old races for 3-year-olds. Only the German Oaks, of course, is the other one, and we hope to have some representation in that race as well, nearer the time. But for now, I think I can think about leaving this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody who's taken the time to watch it with me. I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. What I can leave you at the end of this video is I can leave you an opportunity to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you will not miss anything moving forward that I upload onto YouTube, especially if you do a little bit of work with your notifications in-app or on desktop. All you have to do is click on a bell, enable notifications all the time, and then every time I upload a video and you log in to YouTube, you will receive a notification and you will not miss any more of my YouTube videos moving forward. Now, I've spoken to people, they said they did need to do a little bit of work to enable it, but once they haven't managed to do it successfully, they are getting the notifications and they are subscribed in the way they would like. And what's more importantly, they are enjoying the video. And also, what else can I offer you is I can offer you an opportunity to look at some more horses. And I can do that via the Classic Watch 26 Possibles playlist. Every single horse, like Chiefland, has its own video in the Classic Watch 26 Possible series before they even make it onto the website, because some of them don't. Some of them get injured. Some of them have setbacks. Especially the further out I do the videos, the more chance of them missing races. But then out in the US this year, we had 3 horses entered 4 days before the 2 classics at Kentucky, and 3 of them never ran. You know, can't really do things like that, things like that. But those videos, although the horse is not on the site, the videos are in the YouTube Classic Watch 26 Possibles playlist. So head over and watch that as well. You never know, you will enjoy it. But I think now I can think about leaving this video here. It's been an interesting video. Who knows how Chiefland will get on if he takes his chance in the German Derby this coming weekend. If he does take his chance, I'm looking forward to seeing the horse run. Right, I'm going to think about leaving this video here now. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, everybody. You know, and enjoy the rest of your week as well as the upcoming weekend. It's going to get a little bit hot again here in the UK. Not quite the heat wave proportions that we had in the last week, but still quite hot nonetheless. So take care of yourselves if you're in the UK. Keep hydrated, wear a hat, etc. I've not really looked at the weather for the rest of Europe, so maybe you would want to do that as well if you are in Europe. But now I think I can think about leaving this video. Look after yourselves and each other, and I hope to be back soon at some point with some more content along the line. Classic Watch Possibles, could even be a Patreon video on my Patreon, Newman Racing. Don't forget to check the Patreon out. It could be for you. There's also Stallion in Focus section, classic reviews. One thing is for certain, I hope to be back at some point with some video somewhere, either on YouTube or Patreon. The best advice I can give you is to stay abreast of both of them. But for now, I will bid you a fond farewell and leave this video. Take care, everybody, and I hope to be back soon. Goodbye.